Hello and welcome. In this video session we're going to take a look at how to use Google Keyword Tool for SEO. Brought to you by www.rankia.com.au. Simply we go to Google and type Google Keyword Tool and it should give us the result as far as this URL is concerned. Okay, it should be the first result. If not, just keep in mind that this is the URL. Okay, and the interface looks like this. Now, when I look at an interface that if I'm not familiar with, then what I tend to do is spend 5, 10, 15 minutes and I start exploring all what I see on the screen. And I encourage you to do that as well, okay? Because there's a reason for everything to be on a particular user interface. And for us to understand how to target keywords and how to conduct keyword research, we must get familiar with at least overall understanding of the options that we see, okay? Now, we need to first of all understand this fact. This is just to give us an idea, okay? And if you really, read everything that you see on a particular user interface, then as you can see here, these are just ideas, and this keyword tool is designed mainly for AdWords. Okay, now as you know, Google makes billions of dollars every year out of thin air, and their money-making machine is their AdWords element of their business model, right? And surely, let's imagine Google takes this away from the people who run online marketing campaigns, running, AdWords, right? Now, if Google was to take this away, then, they're not going to make money like they do. Therefore, we as SEO take advantage of this, okay? Whether you're running AdWords or whether you're running search engine optimization for organic rankings, they work hand in hand. Therefore, your ability to target a keyword and rank kind of depends on your understanding of Google. Okay? Therefore, let's get right into it and let's start, typing in some simple keywords to see what we can gather from this tool. Okay? Let's take Google SEO services as an example. Okay? Or let's just take SEO services. Now, if I was to, let's say, if I'm in SEO industry and I offer SEO services, therefore, I type those keywords in. Meaning, for your online industry, you're going to be typing your own keywords in that box. Okay? You can also, put your competitor's URL here and conduct searches according to your competitor's website and the way Google sees them and so on. Okay, so that option is there for you as well. Let's just quickly type a particular keyword, just one word, conduct the search. Now we have advanced options and filters. Now this is very critical for you to explore. Now first, what I tend to do is I type a word and I choose all countries, all languages, and so on. Okay, now I live in Australia. Okay, then after I conduct that search, I then come back and narrow down to country. Okay, and surely you should be doing the same thing. Now we've got include adult IDs. No, we don't want to include that. And we also have option here. This is very important as well. Okay, by default it shows results coming from desktops and laptop devices. Now we also have mobile devices option here. You can surely choose that, especially if you have a mobile website, and also if you offer services that especially, let's say, young people, right? Young people, they tend to have smartphones, always ready next to them. They go and they start, searching Google through their mobile device. Now, if that's the case, your understanding should be, if I choose that and type, conduct that search, what will happen is, yeah, sure, Google will give me similar ideas, but you need to understand that people who use mobile devices to search Google, they don't tend to type in, 4, 5, 6 different keywords into that search box, okay? They usually, type in 1, 2, or 3 words, and that's about it. So, but having an option for you to, glimpse at that data also is important for you. Therefore, simply play around with that as well. On the right hand side, if you're not running AdWords, you don't really have to worry about this, okay? But nonetheless, you need to kind of understand the result sets that it's given us based on these match types. Now, match types, if you're running AdWords, you must understand it, or else you're going to waste a lot of money, right? But for organic rankings, we don't have to really rely on this data at this stage, okay? Now let's just do that search, see what it's given us, okay? On the right hand side here, we've got columns. You can choose all columns. Let's apply that filter, and as you can see, Google being Google, it's going to give us more options here, okay? Now, local search trends become very important, especially if you have an online business that offers products and services based on seasons, for example. Let's say Christmas gifts, for example. Let's say if you sell Christmas gifts, then for you to have a look at local search trends become very important, okay? And if you do not offer seasonal products or services, then perhaps you don't really have to focus or go in depth and learn all that stuff, okay? For our tutorial session, we're going to look at these two specially, okay? Competition is not important for your organic rankings, okay? What that means is, this tool is going to give you competition, meaning ideas as to, it's saying, for this keyword it's medium competition or high competition or low competition, right? For your organic rankings and for your keyword list building, you don't really have to worry about that, because it's very important that you actually don't worry about that, or else you may target some keywords. You may be interested in, let's say, SEO in Sydney, right? And if you look at that, you say, you know what, it's got too much competition, it's high competition. If that's the case, I'm not going to target this. See, we don't want to do that, right? Because if you do everything right, then you don't have to worry about this here. So let's just take that away, and let's just look at these two, because just yesterday I read a recent blog post from a reputable search engine optimization blog, and they've actually got something, they were talking about global monthly searches, but I actually, when I looked at the information they provided, I knew straight away that they actually were informing webmasters like yourself, but they were informing you wrong, okay? Now, global monthly searches means this. If you press on the icon with any option here, see, you got icons here, it's question mark saying help, meaning more information, right? You should definitely read it. But this global monthly searches and local monthly searches is very critical for you to understand while you're building your keyword list. Global monthly searches, this is how it works. This is for 12 months, okay? 12 months, what that is, all the data that Google has over past 12 months combined and then averaged into a month, okay? That's what you see here, because you will come across global monthly searches and local monthly searches, and they will be different. And if that's different, okay, just understand that global monthly searches takes the entire Google network of the internet itself for the past 12 months, and they average it to monthly result set, so to speak. Okay, so that's what they're saying here. But local monthly searches, that's different. What that is let's imagine previous month, and therefore, let's say 30 days in 1 month, let's say, and that Google shows you results for previous month, for the entire month only. Okay, whereas this is different. Okay, just understand the difference of this. Okay, because it's very critical, especially if you're going local. If you run a business, or if you're targeting keywords that are based locally, then you must understand the difference between this and that. Okay, because this becomes very important, especially if you're targeting locally, which you should anyway. For any online business that you're in, you should definitely be focusing on local searches anyway, right? So what happened? What have we done? We've simply typed a keyword. We can simply put our competitor's URL there and just we erase that, and we can simply type competitor url.com, for example, right? So your competitor's URL, go there, or websites that are related to your industry. Okay, that's very important. You can put any URL in there if you want. Now, let's say we've done this search and this is the result set it brought for us. Now, when we're looking at this result set, what we need to start thinking about is, okay, I searched this, it brought me these ideas, and then you start thinking, okay, you know what, surely you're not going to be able to target every single one of them for organic rankings anyway. Okay, that's just not possible, right? But if that's the case, then you got to be able to say, you know what, which ones are the most important for me? Which ones can I look at, and from all the results that I see, which ones can I take and then expand those ones? Okay, that is very critical for your organic rankings. Now, you can also download these, which you should, okay, just to keep it with you, for the life of your SEO projects. Okay, so I'm not going to say to you you should simply go for all of these 1-2 words, okay, because if you do that, then you're not going to see good results for your SEO projects. Instead, you should be looking at it in such way that you start seeing what is important for my potential customers. What are they really searching? That search intent is critical for you to master. That's the whole idea while you're using Google AdWords tool. Okay, it's just that critical. So we've simply expanded our single keyword into 2. Okay, now if we do that, then it's going to expand those keywords as you see here. Okay, it's going to be like, instead of 2, it's going to be 3, and so on. Okay, let's say if that's the case, then you start looking at the result sets here. You look at this, then you think, okay, you know what, this particular keyword is 1, 2, and it gets searched globally a lot. Okay, but if you're offering services, let's say if you're an electrician in Sydney, then global monthly search result set is not really going to be very important for you in that sense. But this will, because that's local monthly searches, right? So therefore, that's what you look at when you look at this information that you see. Okay, and don't be discouraged by these low numbers either. Okay, because we're still gathering information, right? So let's say then you can surely download those ideas as well. You can download them, which you should. Okay, then you can say, all right, out of what I see here, what else can I, what else interests me? Surely they all interest you, but what I'm saying is you got to pick the important ones, right? Not all of them. The ones that suits you. You started with single word, then 2 words. Then what if I then turn around and say, okay, we can press on it and we can say, show me more like this. Or you can simply search Google. Okay, we can search Google. That's just common sense, pretty easy. We don't do that at this stage, but just know that you have that option. So